Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to get on here to just say a few things about just keeping your faith and in these very difficult times seem to be very difficult, but keeping your faith and your connection to God or to the universe or whatever you may call your source is very, very important and very necessary at this period of time. It seems to be that many of those who are more on the negative side of reality want to do whatever they can to make those of us who try to keep ourselves on the lighter side of things, and they know we're on the lighter side of things. So it's kind of like a stirring up of the darkness to pull you in or to make you come out of character or to make you react in ways that are not usually yourself. So I'm just telling you at this period of time, there's a lot of fear or a lot of fear mongering going around, and in a way to stay stable in yourself is to keep your connection to the Most High. Read Psalms every day, every night. Keep your Bible close to you because that is what will give you your stability and your guard and your cover. Because in this period of time, those who are not the type to look into that and who want to stir up most of the darkness here are the ones who don't want you to look at those things and to have your connection to the Most High. So they're doing everything to stir up difficulty. I mean, you have issues going on with food. I mean, not that the food wasn't the greatest in the first place, but now they're trying to make it so you're throwing out food that you may need. Um, every time you turn around, there's some sort of a recall or there's something going on that's not being taken care of properly by the FDA or whatever um, principality that seems to be the governing body here and supposed to be safeguarding the public. There is a we see now clearly that that's not the case, and that has never really been the case. So you do what you can do to safeguard yourself and your spirit. That is very important. Principalities do a lot of things that make things difficult. So if you are experiencing certain things, don't think that you're crazy, because it is a concerted effort to make things difficult for those who don't have. And we know that population of people. And it is a concerted effort to make it so that you don't have food. We know that what is going on with that right now. So you're not nuts if you think that there's that you believing that it is crazy unique that all of this is going on right now. You're very right. It is not by circumstance, by just a fluke that these things are taking place. So you have to know that. Um, so I just wanted to get on here and say to just keep your faith. Um, do everything that you can to keep your positivity going, because there is a concerted effort to make sure that that does not continue for you. Um, there are many things that are going on, like I said, the ones that are going on in the world, but there are also very good things that are going on as well, you know, and those things you have to seek and also do the best that you can not to be pulled into taking sides in situations that may be fabricated or you're not clear on, because lots of times right now it's like pulling in any kind of support, rather if it's negative, it's still, energy from you. So don't give it. Don't give it. Stay basically, if you can, at zero in the sides that you're taking on things. But I am just saying that in regards to staying positive, do everything that you can do. If it means you got to sit and play music, do that. Um, whatever it is, dance, do whatever you can. Even whatever you have to do or can do, utilize that. Um, just understand that God is always a resource, and keeping positivity and love for one another is very, very important, extremely important at this time. You're going to be around all sorts of people. Some people are positive and some are not, but you do what you can for yourself to keep yourself stabilized in the best frequency as possible, and don't let others skew your positivity and your ability to stay in character, because lots of times people want you to get out of character and do certain things that they're used to, it, you know their thoughts, and believing that they knew how you were, and they may want you to come out of character or to be uh, someone who explodes about things that they bring before you. Keep yourself doing just what it is that you should do, and stay true to who you are, and be as positive as you are. Stay in your good character, and don't let other people try to pull you into doing anything other than that. Um, whatever it is that you come up against, because understand that others who do things to you, they've done things to you, and sometimes things happen because, you know, we all go through our trials and our tribulations, and sometimes it's for you to learn certain things, to learn what to do and what not to do, who to trust and who not to trust. There's always a learning circumstance and something positive you can take out of anything that's a negative situation. So always look to that side too, because in this dual system that we live in, we also have to understand that it has two sides to it. And even in the side in which we may have had difficult things happen for us, that there is something to look into there that you can pull out that can be a positive thing for you, even if it helps you learn something different, um, helps you look at things differently, helps you to be able to know, oh, well, this is something, this is a way in which I used to do things, in the past, and that's not the way I should do it now. It's always something that you can learn. Okay, so always come to understand that. This is probably just going to be a very short message. I don't have much more to say than to just do the very best you can to keep your light shining and be kind to people. Always be, courteous, humble. Um, like I said, you're going to always come up against all sorts of people. Some people may see you as a positive light that they can learn something from, where others may see you as a trigger. So understand that some people are triggered because they see things in you that they know they could never be, or they just don't push or try to work to be. And so you're the bane of their existence, because you remind them of what they won't do. So to them, you're a problem, because they just don't have what it is that you have, and they don't want to work to try to get any semblance of that. They'd rather make you out to be their problem of their whole bane of their existence and their whole life. And they actually sometimes just make you the subject of their whole life. They don't even have a life without peering into yours. So just understand that sometimes you have people around you that are that way, and be cognizant of them. Always pray and protect yourself. Know that if you're an upstanding person and somebody who's a decent and caring person about humanity, and you keep up the statutes that God has placed for us to pay attention to and to lead our lives by, if you are doing that, then you will have the protection that is necessary to keep you going through. And you keep leaning on that protection. You speak to God regularly, you say your Psalms, be caring, loving to humanity. Keep your heart open. Do not let people have you close your heart off, because love is the most important thing in this world. Being able to care for others and yourself, and loving the right people, and learning the right ones to love. Some people just should not be in our lives, and it's up to us to learn sometimes, and sometimes it's a hard way of learning, that we come to see that certain people should not be in our lives anymore, and there's a reason for that, and we must honor it. The Father pulls people out of your life. Understand there's a reason for it, and don't fight it. Don't fight it. Let it be as it is, and be grateful for it, because usually there's always going to be a better replacement for what you may lose. So keep that in your heart, keep that in your mind. Keep the Father with you, and know that He's within you. He is within you. And sometimes you may just need to take some time and just sit quietly and connect with Him. That means no electronics of any sort. Cut all of that off. Cut off your phones. It could take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you start to extend it, you know, Every time that you start to do that time, take a breather, relax, take time for the Father, take time to read Psalms, take time to just in stillness, just in quiet, and give the Father some time to just sit with you. Just because you don't see what protections you have that around you, do not assume that you don't have any, especially those of you who walk in light and who continue to do the proper things. Just know you will continue to have the protection of the Father if you continue to go by his statutes, his commandments, and you live your life that way. I'm not just saying them each and every day. I'm saying actually living by them. And that's sometimes the divide between what people understand that they ought to be doing. You need to actively live your life by those commandments, meaning that you know them, you practice them, you teach your children them, you let your children practice it. You know, being kind to people and being loving and caring, because this world was made for us all to be able to live in love, in protection, and in caring for one another. It was not meant to be a place of dissension. It was not meant to be a place of saying, oh, where you are this and I'm that, and so I'm over you. No, that's what man made it to be. And we are coming out of that with our awareness and our connection to the Father. And this is why there are more things going on that are trying to stir up the darkness again and make it seem as though there's no progress as far as the good side of things. And just know that that is not so. And that is why there's more of a stir up of the negative to try to make you believe that the good stuff is not there when it is. And understand when evil fears the progression of goodness, more darkness starts to happen. So just understand you're in a very, very crucial time right now. And this year is a very crucial time right now. We have to really begin to understand what it is that we cherish and how we care about others, how we care about living beings, how we want this world to progress. You know, if we have children, grandchildren, what do we want for this world? And if we are doing certain things that are not the best for this world, how do we change that? And know that we can start by changing it today and starting to, if you don't have a Bible, if you have to get a app on your phone, then do that. I recommend the King James Bible if that's all you can have right now. The Ethiopian Bible would be the best, I think. But I mean, everybody, depending on what your religion is, everybody has a book. And it depends on your religion or your feeling about what you believe in, but I'm just saying that as long as your belief is on the positive in which it is, looking at the progression of people as one and making sure that we have a world in which we see each other as equals and as people that God has put on this earth to live and be able to have some quality of life, meaning that we're able to have vegetation and everything that the Father originally gave. I mean, all of the animals and the clean and fresh air and the fresh clean water and the vegetables and the fruits for the most part that were put on this earth with seeds in them. That's just I mean, that is just a sacrilegious act against God to take seeds out of what he produced. So you should know who you're dealing with when that has been done. That's not for your benefit. Human beings need seeds in fruit. God put it there for a reason. And then you don't see why you're sick. It's because others who are not of the human race has done this, has pulled all that God has made pure for the human to not be of a good substance for them anymore. And now they're just blatantly infecting things. As I started this message, blatantly doing things to make it so that you can't eat, that you don't have vegetation. So they're letting things get more putrefied so that you can't even utilize it. Is that does that sound like individuals who are interested in the human race being promoted and continuing? And can these be human beings? Is the question. Just know that there are others amongst us too here on this earth, you know? So this is why you need to know how to stay close to your Bible and listen to the word of God, because God knows it all. God made it all. Even though there are others here that think that they know better than him or better than the ultimate creator, they think they know better and they want to take God's place, have God complexes that they run things here, and that's not ever going to be the case, no matter how hard they try. And when they take up arms and make the lives difficult for God's people, his prophets, his chosen, his children, he's already told you in the book. And those of you who say you're religious, but you don't know, and you do these dark things and you act as if you don't know his word. He's told you what is going to be when you go after or you try to make difficult the lives of his chosen. He's already told you what the aftermath is going to be. And then when things start to fall apart for you, you act like, what's going on? Why is this happening? You know exactly why it's happening. And it's going to continue to happen to you as long as you continue to do what you do. doing all of the wrong things. And you know what they are. And God knows as well because He watches you as you do it. So just know if you continue to do wrong and continue to go after the chosen, continue to go after the prophets, continue to go after the children of God, you will continue to receive the other side of it. Because this is a dual society, everything here is countered. Like there's a good side of things, there's a bad side of things. There's a positive, there's a negative side. There's a yin, there's a yang. So why would that not be if you do something to a people that is not doing anything to you, and you think that there's not going to be repercussions for it? How can that be? How can that be? How can that be? Truthfully, you think it is because you have a God complex that you think that God is supposed to respect whatever it is that you do to His children and leave you alone? That's what you think? You're delusional. You're delusional to the point that, I don't even understand. But many of you say you know the Bible. What part of it do you know? What part do you know? Because the part I know states just that. You're not to touch God's chosen and His prophets. He tells you that. He tells you that. He tells you that. And it is never them who are sending anything back to you. God is the one that takes care of all retribution. When you get what you get back, that's not coming from the person that you targeted. It's coming from God Himself. But you know what? It stands to reason that you wouldn't believe that because you think you are God. You think you are God. You're delusional there too. So you continue to do what you do and you think there's no repercussions for it. Well, obviously you're not going to hear anything. But I tell you, I've given you the tools. Anybody who's has ears to listen, speak to God. There's always a chance to change. But it's always through God that change can be made. And it must be genuine change. Because God knows fake from the real. You can't come to Him ingenuine and think He can't pick it up. So that's all I have to say. I would say to the collective, I wish God's love on you, God's protection on those of you who genuinely seek God and who are genuinely the people that try to help others and care for animals, care for the planet, do all of the proper things that he has always wanted. Because you know, those who have turned everything upside down, and so it's up to us to make sure it's turned right side up again, and that everything is balanced again. So there is the need. God cares and loves all of his children. I say all of his children. There's always even a chance for those who do dark things, but it's what you are willing to stop doing. It is what you are willing to learn from. It is the work you are willing to do to change. And it takes work. Know that. So if you don't have the spirit to do that, but you must have the spirit to do it, and you must have a genuine spirit, love, caring, compassion for yourself first, to change your life, to change your spirit around, to change the way in which you live, to change the way in which you work with others and what you do to benefit others and what you do to progress this earth and human stability and just life in general. God made everything beautiful. He made everything pure. He made everything with its remedies inside of it. But then there are the others that have come to take those away. And they want to continue to do that. So you know exactly who you're dealing with when you're looking at these plagues right now. And these plagues are a way to get rid of those impurities. So there's a dual force even working here. We know that the food and things have always been poisoned and never been good for us. So in the purging of them, in the changing of the weather and all of the things, there's always a good side to these things as well. And this is why I say, even in difficulty, there are things that you can find that are positive. So do not let people or others make you think that everything is dismal and that's all it's going to be. Don't believe that. God made this place, and God made it with love and light for all people, and know that that will continue. That will continue. Because whatever is also taking place does have a good side to it as well. Changing of the weather, odd weather. You see, there's changing of species, new species coming to this earth, and that should tell you God still has a plan. Mother Nature still has a plan. and it ain't to be done with. It ain't to be finished. If it is to be finished, it's for those who are doing the wrong things, and in time, and this is up to the Father, the energy that they have will be disintegrated, and it'll be used to upgrade this earth and to purify things. Because as you know, energy is never destroyed. It's only changed to something else. And why not have it change to something better? Something that can help everybody. Something that can better this earth. Something that can purify things. Something that will give this earth longevity and make it the way the Father always wanted it to be and meant it to be, where you can have a legacy, where your children can run free and not worry about this one being that color, or that one being speaking a different language than me. All languages are beautiful. All people are beautiful. It is the frequency that they run in that makes it different. It's the frequency that they choose to adopt that makes it different. And no one has to tell you a high frequency person over a low frequency one. Nobody has to tell you. They stand in it themselves. So I'm telling you, make the change for yourself. If you are walking in low frequency, and you know what I mean, you have a chance to change that, but you have to go to the Father for that. You have to go to the Father for that. And you have to genuinely go to him and be ready to do work. Be ready to work on yourself. Be ready to look deep. Be ready to pull out the funk, the stench, the nastiness. Be ready to pull it out and show it to yourself. And be ready to be accountable for it. And be ready to incorporate what is necessary for you to incorporate, and learn what is different, what you need to learn is different from that. Be ready to stand in it around everybody else that may not wish for you to be different. You stand to be different, and especially if it's in a good way. You don't let nobody tell you anything different. Standing, being unique in your own way, and being good and caring and loving and being a light is the best way to be. The best way to be, and the only way to be. Because the other does things to hurt other people, and that is not God's way. And if you want to be an upstanding individual person that cares about this planet, cares about uplift of this planet, of love, and about other people and the connection we all have to one another in this conscious collective circumstance that is giving us a chance at a brand new beginning, one in which what the Father originally wanted is taking place. Things are dismantling, things are falling apart. But understand, out of the wreckage comes newness. becomes new development. So sometimes it's necessary for things to fall, for the better to rise. And that is what this situation is now. See it that way, because that's what it is. But do understand that there are individuals who want to keep you in a loop and worrying about things. Don't worry. Don't worry. Pray. Know what side you want to be on. And I'm telling you, the Father is loving. He made everybody. So no one can sit here and say that, oh, I'm, I never have a chance. God is the one who decides that. You do what you are supposed to do to change whatever it is, whatever putrid mess you've gotten yourself into and what you've done. You be genuine about your change and just know it's not going to come easy. It's not going to come easy. And if you want it, you'll work for it. And then God will reward you in the long run. But the work is necessary. Being truthful is necessary. You can't come to God with lies. Many of us lie to ourselves about certain things, being truthful about certain things. God sees it. Does he judge you about everything? No, but he'll bring it to your attention. He'll bring it to your attention. And he gives you chances to change things. And this is why people who are going through difficulties and they've been dirty and they've continued to be dirty, he's giving you warnings. Don't sit here and act as if you never got a warning. He's giving you many, many warnings, many, many mercy signs. Many out and out, stop doing that. Don't do that. And you chose not to listen. So now you're going through it because you choose not to do the right thing. You choose not to be genuine with God. And you choose not to walk and work to do the changes you need to do in your own character, in who you are, in your own spirit. You choose to lie to yourself, and you think that coming to God and lying, that he doesn't see it. And that only makes things more tragic for you, because you believe that you could do that. So, as I say, I thank you for this time. I thank you for your attention to this session that I've brought to you. I ask that you please take it in consideration. I ask that you take it in consideration very, very deeply. And if you're doing the wrong things, you know what you're doing. God knows what you're doing already. It's always a possibility of change, unless you blasphemed him in some sort of way and you've done something you're not supposed to do. He will let you know. I'm not the judge of that. But you have to take it to God. You have to take it to him. And you have to be willing to do the work, because it will take a lot of work if he says that he is willing to make the changes, for you to make changes, to allow you to make changes. Then you're going to be required to do a lot of work and know it. Can't put it on nobody else. What your work is your work. What you reap, you will sow. So again, I am going to close this out. I'm going to say, bid you a wonderful day, a blessed day. And I am going to say to a big hug in the spirit of God, love for everyone who loves the Father and who is doing right by one another. That is the collective consciousness. We care about each other. We care about this earth. We care about the Father and being obedient to what his vision was for this earth. And that is for it to flourish. That is for it to have, for us to have clean air, clean water, land that flourishes, beautiful, for the animals to live, for everyone to live as they supposed to, as brothers and sisters, people who have thriving marriages and love for their elderly people, for they live with a library of information and we let them just die off with it. That is not right. That is not God. Our elderly must need to be looked after and seen as the treasures that they are. Our children need to be taught about God and how important their spirit is, and that the light that they carry is from the Father. They have to know, they have to have a relationship with God and know these things. That is our responsibility as parents, to teach our children, our grandchildren from very young. That was always God's, the covenant that we had with him was that we were supposed to do that and care for the animals here. We're supposed to do all of that, care for the earth. Everything that he has brought here was what we were supposed to be caretakers of. And there were others that came down here, and you know the story, and you know what we're living right now. But I'm telling you, there's positive change. This is a time to be in. Know what side you're on. Pick it. The light is the way. Love is the way. Compassion is the way. God's way is the way. So, all love, all light to you, all blessings. Collective, I love you. I say continue to, with your frequencies, your high frequencies, continue to change this earth because we are doing it. If you don't believe that, why are there new species? Why are there new species here? This is a time of knowing. This is a time of discovering. This is a time of knowing the truth. And the truth is that you have power. You have the Father within you. You have the God power, and it's within you. You have the light. So understand there are others that don't have that light. And if people are treating you some kind of putrid way, understand it may be because of that light, and you don't change it. You don't change who you are for nobody. You don't let nobody truncate you or tell you you need to, you're a little bit too much. Yet, Anytime they need something, they coming to you for advice and everything. Know what that is. And don't let people siphon your energy like that. Protect your energy. Know when you're a high vibrational person, a gregarious person, a loving person, a caring person. And know when those that want to come around you, like bees to honey, understand who you are, and don't let nobody change the light that is ignited within you. Your father gave you that light. Keep it high, and understand that there are some people that are there, they hate the light, and they will see you as somebody that's an issue for them. So just know those are not the people you want to be around. And don't let them siphon energy from you, because they will ask you for advice. They will try to do anything, and you will be drained for it. Just know it. You will start to feel all sorts of ways: drained, shaky, tired, head hurting, body aches. Different issues can happen to you when you're around people of low vibration. They will bring it out in you. And sometimes you will know but even before they come around you, you'll start to feel it. Some of them even have a smell about them, truthfully. And these are the ones that probably don't even have a soul. Yes, we have those kind of people walking around us. We having those shells running around here. Yes, we do. Come to understand that there are others on this planet as well as humans and other beings that are not those that are here to hurt, contrary to what the others try to tell you. That other beings may be here to try to do things to humans. They're the ones that are doing things to humans, and they're blatantly doing it in front of your face. And these are the ones that you are the head of, these principalities that you believe in. How are these humans? They're doing everything to make us run extinct. How are they humans? I mean, come to understand that. Again, love, blessings, God's love upon those of you who can accept it and are willing to accept it. I'm not pushing anything on anybody. I'm just telling you there's another way. You choose to take the other way, believe me, you will be more than rewarded and more than happy with choosing the light. You always have that decision. God has always given you choice. God has always given you choice. And I'm not sitting here to tell you that you don't have that. But I'm saying, from what I know, the light is the way. Love is the way. Togetherness and understanding that we are all God's children and that we all matter here. And the sooner we get to understand the divisions are not for us. Those who want you to divide yourself and to become extinct are the ones that push that agenda. We have children out of the country right now in cages. That's not God. And you know it's not. You know it's not. So be truthful to yourself. Look in. Look at some of the stuff that's going on around you and say, is that something that I condone? Is that something that I think is right? Is that something that I think God would condone? And he made all of us? Is God saying that one is better than the other? No. God says if you choose to do certain things that go against his doctrine, and you choose to hurt people as a result of that, then he will have to reprimand you for that. He will have to do whatever it is within his power, commensurate to what you're doing. And I don't know any parent that wouldn't have that same way of reprimanding their children, or those who are not their children that happen to be on their earth. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I'm just saying to you, I've spoken long enough. I hope that this message gets to you. I pray for you and the best for you and your family. I ask you to persevere and understand, yes, this is very hard times. You're not crazy if you think that things are going on against you, having to do with these principalities, trying to make your housing difficult, trying to make the ability for you to eat difficult. Understand that's an agenda. Yes, it is. And you're not crazy. You're not crazy. It said, your Psalms, pray to God, don't give up, do what you must do to fight for yourself. Do not let anyone stop you from fighting. Gather your strength every day, every millisecond you need to, from saying Psalms and knowing God and praying for God's help. That's how you get through. Love and light, the best to all of you. The collective, God bless.